heavily favoring Karma, and I think it's very telling that he's not willing to blind it into Chovy here. We'll see what Chovy, his final pickup, is going to be. Might be something uninteresting, and I have the words haven't left my mouth, or the Corki does get locked in. Obviously, just sit at the back of your lane and wait.
Yeah.
Don't come near the bear, don't come near Annie, and eventually Chovy will be able to make it happen, as he has many a time throughout this split. But the early to mid game for the DK comp,
and Nexuses will explode. Still very interested to see whether they can do it, as we have game 1, D+ versus Gen G.
D+ Kia, Hana, 둘, 셋!
D+ Kia, fighting.
Gen G, 하나, 둘, 셋!
Gen G, fighting!
Hey, woohoo!
Level 1 obviously is extremely strong here with the point-and-click CC that you have, as well as the fact that you have a Kalista. A late invade coming through here.
Oh no, the handshake missed! Oh, he does have to flash and take Valkyrie first, but if that handshake had have landed, then maybe he just dies. Finally, the last set of stairs, made of concrete, thrown towards him, is going to even it. On the top side, and you've got the Corki roaming down. Good handshake, but immediately the Dominus comes down, but he's just ended. Immediately. Okay, now Canyon moving on in there, as they do have 4 to try and match, and Kingin, he hasn't got teleport, he can't join. Still, the stun is so good from Showmaker. They dive on top of Pays DK. They're doing the bailout onto Lucid, and he's taken down, but there it is.
If it is in fact Chemtech,
Molten Shield. Say, whoa, okay, Flash Bear onto Canyon, and Showmaker, used to be his best friend. Not anymore, as it turns out. Package delivered to the top laners. That's a beautiful hop from Kingin. And I think that's just because Lucid wants to kill the bottom lane again.
Not done.
See how this one's going to go as hostile takeover comes in. Pays gets angry at Lehens. He tries to ult it off, but they're both going down so incredibly low. The bailout comes in, and Lucid is...
We're not there yet.
Oh, no. Definitely.
We are. When we get a first Baron, when the inhibits start dropping...
Well, Chovy's going to be handshook here, and now you've got Aiming just throwing all the sticks that he can, and another bear comes down onto Canyon, and Canyon, you just that literally just happened to you, as now Lucid pops on over.
On both sides, as Lucid.
Yeah, Keen going to interrupt him here, as Lucid doesn't have kick, remember, and he's going to be pushed back. Keen does fight it, and now Chovy will turn up as well. Nature's Grasp just to guarantee that he's going to die. Kingin is looking for a back timer by the looks of things. So Kingo coming over here, interrupts Lucid, and nothing Lucid can really do. Kingin was thinking about coming over to help, and then he's like, no, you're on your own, buddy.
It's actually, he also placed the ward, I think, mid-back.
제압 나가나요? 800원!
Let's see whether we can get it back in order, as Chovy is just going on a Hexgate ride and is going to deliver a package to Kingin, and he just explodes. Goodbye, I think.
Oh, yeah.
For them, as there's a flash, and he doesn't even press the stun button. He waits for the targeted version. Lehens has to ult to get rid of that one, and now Kellen, he's rotating over. The Nature's Grasp not doing too much, and they pull back the Lucian and execute him.
No payout for Gen G if you can't kill him. Aiming?
All right, that's a teleport, as Aiming's gonna have to get out of the way. Q going to miss from Lucid, and these rockets are starting to land.
Yeah.
And now a Fate's Call is going to come through. Kellen does find the handshake onto Chovy, and the bailout onto himself. Lehens, is he going to go down? No, he's not, but it's going to be the double anyway. Lucid gets one of them, and there's one for Aiming. He's 5-0-5. Because that big Gnar could have come out, as Q is going to connect onto Lehens. There is just the safeguard back and the kick onto him, and now Showmaker fighting against Chovy here, and that's a fool's errand. As we know, still Tibbers is getting angry.
Really lethal, roaming Death Squad. Showmaker is trying to cut some corners, right? Like,
yeah.
If he backs, he probably kills, like he probably wins the 1v1. Look at Chovy. He says, yes, you're not allowed to. Oh, Chovy.
Well, Chovy is just going to get hypered. Still, Kingin was rotating down as well. This is just, this is crazy. Nice little side steps from Canyon, who just gets kicked over the wall. That Q going to miss, though, and he's just going to say thanks for the camp, I guess. Kick was weird, but it's still going to achieve its goal, which is make sure that Canyon dies. Kingin going to throw things at him And there he goes. So these rockets not necessarily landing. Canyon moving into position. And there is the Nature's Grasp. They want to take him down. The Baron is secured here by D+, but what can they get done outside of that? It's Corki has been caught out. Chovy is down. And now Canyon's getting all the things thrown at him. Lehen's running for the hills. You've got Pays. He's defecting. He's heading over to D+. And Lucid is going to chase down this little Emilio. What is happening? I think this is...
Is it happening?
Is it happening? It's 15 seconds until the Hextech Drake is going to spawn, and they've already got the Baron. So,
yeah,
he looked happy. Maybe he was. As I imagine, the man controlling him, not as much, because they're losing inhibitor turrets now. Tibbers getting aggressive as there's the package. Oh, decent redemption does come on through there, but the bailout isn't going to work onto aiming, and Genji! Yeah, they managed to, they lose a whole bunch of their base.
No!
That team fight was gorgeous.
It is good for Genji.
We just need to switch it.
Change our perspective as Lucid's here as well.
Yeah, Kingen kind of abusing the Hextech Soul a little bit here as he's throwing some rocks around. Lucid going to be able to lock down the tree. Kingen just uses his whole health bar to tank up, finds that Q as well. Onto Pays, gets the bailout for the extra attack speed. You love to see that, and the guarantee that he's going to survive. Keen's going to be taken down as well. Everything you can do, I can do better. It's fine! As they throw 3 away, and now it might just be game.
It's just a little bit of a roller coaster.
Oh, there's a cute little kickback onto Chovy, and now aiming will turn up. He does have a cozy campfire. He's pretty scary, and this bailout is really helping my anxiety. I'm not going to lie. When I see the little bailout thing, I'm like, oh, thank goodness. He's not going to pop like a balloon. He can only do that onto one person, but these Nexus turrets are now going to go down. They can't be bailed out, and D+, after a little hiccup, maybe, just turn it all on its head, and they'll take the game in 32 minutes.
Aiming, Callan, or Showmaker, I'd be fine with.
Yep.
Or Lucid, rather. Even Showmaker set up a lot of these plays. Kingen,
You could just put a big...
Kingen was there.
Yeah, he was there. He did some laning.
Didn't do anything wrong.
Would definitely pick Lulu away if given the opportunity. Aha, instead. It's going to be the Jinx.
I love this, though.
It's got to be through.
I would love that. Okay, Callan. After one of the most memorable sport performances that we've had this split, which says a lot with some of the things that Carry have pulled off from the light on this Fresh, I am excited to see it come back.
Maybe skip it? No, we won't. We'll get into it. We'll play this one out and see whether D+ can buck the trend and find a victory here on the red side. Let's do it. Let's get into game 2. Genji! Hana! 2! Set!
Genji! Lighting!
Woo! D+ Kia! Hana! 2! Set!
D+ Kia fighting!
Woohoo!
Yeah!
A lot of fun.
I think I'm doing a Mario voice next.
Save that for DRX so that Yahoo can be...
Yahoo!
Yeah, it could be there for your Yahoos.
That actually is perfect. Yeah.
I think that's a guarantee. The Mario, that's a hard one. Having vision control as Lucid looking to come on in here. There is a beautiful flash stun as the seismic shove's going to miss. The Q is already prepared, and first blood goes to Showmaker.
Here for Genji. Showmaker.
Yeah. Is just going to walk his way back. Waiting for that seismic shove, and yeah, very well aware.
Oh, they don't know.
What Canyon's doing is the Glacial Prison does come on in. Try and force some plates onto this Jinx's. There it is, stopping the back onto Keen there with the Super Mega Death Rocket. Now Lucid in position, connects the Q in the dark as he does get the kickback onto Keen. To the skies, going to be coming on through there, and he's not actually going to be able to connect it onto Lucid, which he would have loved to. And now some Alcove Gaming doesn't want to give the kill over to Aiming, but he's going to have to do so. And there it is, Aiming gets excited. And now they're going to look to shove this wave in. And Canyon going to be able to stop Kingen's back. Now Chovy will turn up as well as Glacial Prison going to be able to find him. There's an all-out, but he's going the wrong direction here as the threaded volley doesn't exactly get that much done, but still
he's running.
Kingen has a lot of ability to walk, but there is a turret there. Back in that lane.
We're still fighting.
Indeed, Lens Gonna get kicked as that was a little bit cute. They dive on forward. The Tahm Kench is going to be eaten, but now so much damage down onto the Thresh. So it's a trade of supports. Still, Tibbers is getting aggressive. Super Mega Death Rocket does a fair bit of damage there, and now Chovy, he's in this Dragon Pit. This is a bit of an awkward situation as Kingen makes the Dragon angry. Lucid looks for a Q angle, and now Kingen, does find it onto Lehens, walking in to get some vision. Kingen gonna get seismically shoved back once again as Lucid. Yeah, he's not gonna be able to get in here. And Pays taking a moment where he was away from Lehens.
Rotations!
Now, yeah, some rotations. As Lucid's also gonna be able to find Keen here. That is a long way that he just traveled. And speaking of traveling a long way, Aiming's going to do the same thing.
But they're taking your mid lane. Should have taken that.
I think you might be right there, but I also think that Showmaker should have considered being alive for longer. I think you want to make them a little bit confused, you know, set up for some sort of fight here, and then just hope that Canyon comes in, steals it away, and you win the team fight. So you can create some momentum for yourself, and then you've set yourself up for a good position around the Elder. As that is a hook, very long range onto Chovy. They're not going to be able to find too much more from it though, as D+ do secure themselves the Chemtech Dragon. Showmaker mega cones himself towards them and just walks away. Isn't actually going to find the Tibbers angle on this one. Didn't see it. And now Lucid off on the other side, Aiming taking a lot of damage. And there is a lot of poke coming on through here if they don't actually commit to the engage. And it does really get dangerous. There's the first stun. Tahm Kench going to throw down the Devour. Now Kingen, he's just going through his entire health bar to all of this poke. There is no answer. As Showmaker, you can see charging up the stun as best he can. Tibbers comes down on top of Canyon, potentially a suboptimal target. As they've sacrificed so much of their health bars here. As Kellen gives Aiming a lantern to get away to safety, but they're on the wrong side of the rift. And Super Mega Death Rocket just going to be used to try and stop them from destroying them. Exactly right. Lucid now going to dive on top of Pays. He gets the kick flash, but there's no one there to do any damage. And now Keen's just going to shoot him. And that is going to be the Lee Sin dead. So they trade Lee Sin for a Dragon available.
He did.
Right?
Yeah, no, I checked it.
Aiming is going to have to get out of there. Does manage to take the Lantern and Flash. And they just Mega Cone their way out. Remember, Minigun does a whole lot of Baron damage.
Kingen needs the zone. You can't let Canyon close.
Yeah, there is the Weaver's Wall. And now Kingen keeping this Baron in combat. As Showmaker off to the side does have his flash available. And yeah, Showmaker not going to be able to take too much more of that as Kingen going to get put into prison and then just taken down. Now Lucid, he needs to get back in here if they want to be able to lock this one down. He does secure the Baron, and Lehens dives on top of him. The safeguard going to get him out, but now Canyon not wanting to give this one up. Tibbers comes back, though. He's creating a body in that front line as Aiming. Can you stay alive? The Flash Lick is going to come through, and there's the Shock Blast, but it's not enough damage to lock them down. Just want to group up and start some sort of fight.
That's it.
As, yeah, there's the ward down. Dives on top of Chovy, but he gets the rocks out just in time. Still, Lucid is able to escape by pressing some fancy buttons and taking some lanterns.
You're running to Elder. I don't think you can do it, but that's the plan, Atlas.
Well, I mean, they are at least going to get positional advantage around it. The Baron is picked up already.
The trap.
Because I don't think so. I think it might be a little bit of a worry as Canyon. I don't know about that one. He's going to have to get himself out of there. And now Kingen trying to tank them up as best he can. He takes the Lantern, but also his entire health bar in damage. And so D+ going to have to get a reset on this Dragon.
Oh boy. Genji, they have Baron. They could just opt into the shove, but they're feeling confident.
They are. Kellen is going to put the box down and actually tanks up a lot thanks to his aftershock there as teleport to come in as Kingen repairs himself. It is very dangerous because if they lose a team fight, could be just all over if this Elder is going to be taken as well. Okay, Weaver's Wall does make it into that back line as they look for Kellen. Teleport from Showmaker gets him in there. Some buttons have been traded, but not really the big ones. And look at Showmaker, he wants to get that bear out.
Are we really flipping?
Wants to get the big stun. Let's see what happens here as Lehens He devours relatively early. Lucid's nowhere near the pit. They take down Chovy, but Lucid's dead as well. Canyon, he's on top of it. They take down the Elder. Gen G now just able to rain Hellfire on top of them. And it's a quadra kill for Pays. Obviously, we were going to game 3, but I didn't know that this was the way we were going to get there. As Gen G will now march up the mid lane.
Lucid, yeah, you killed Chovy, but that's not your job at that point in time. All comes down to whether or not you can get the secure. And it looked close, but in these type of situations, whoever gets the Elder
Wins, 100%.
wins 100%. And we are going to a game number 3, Atlas. Maybe wasn't it?
I mean, it's not even really...
Well, no, I think they could have tried to hard force in mid-game a bit more.
Yeah, yep.
And
Oh,
they did.
yeah. Choosing, even though they had this draft, choosing to instead play more on the...
Yeah, just flip it.
Yeah.
Look at the damage then. You know, Zeri Rakan, even, I take over this.
Yeah.
But no, it is Zaya Rakan into what is mostly a melee composition, so I don't think you're going to be feeling too bad. Also great for the color consistency. Really here, either side. Tristan is a little bit iffy, but we really have...
As Gen G with Chovy on Tristana. This is the champion that was banned away against him so many times. We'll see exactly why in this game up against Showmaker's Annie. Let's jump onto the Rift for the final game.
DK, 하나, 둘, 셋! DK, fighting, yay.
Gen G, 하나, 둘, 셋!
Gen G, fighting!
Yeah. Is going to be successful. I do feel like Gen G's composition is very straightforward with how it sort of works. I really do like what they've put together. We do know that, well, I mean, outside of the fact that Keen is almost dead and the minions are about to meet. That was School of Dundun. That was School of Dundun levels of play.
Oh, the timing window. Keen does have Ghost, and Kingen is low. Oh, he has his second R available as well. They need to respect this.
Yeah, it's all about whether or not he can find the Q. He does just flash forward to get that slowdown, and that is going to guarantee it. Q lands, and there goes first blood for Lucid once again. That's 3 out of 3 here. That would be somewhat nice. As Chovy actually jumping on top of Showmaker, who's now trying to get out of the way as Chovy survives on both teams.
Oh, this is risky from DK.
Yeah. The 3 versus 3 coming on in here. As you can see, Showmaker moving on over. Good knock up onto Lehans. He's the squishiest one, and Lucid going to be able to take him down, but it's a trade of supports. Aiming's free hitting, but the permafrost value is so high, and Canyon even takes down the dragon. Showmaker going to be able to move over the top, and will they be able to find it? Yes, they are, as the Blade Caller comes in. Arctic Assault to get...
so little here from the Zaya compared to the Lucian.
Yep, and Kenny just calling targets as we're going to see him look for a kill once again. Showmaker is at about 100, okay, never mind. He is just going to go down. Oh dear, okay. Showmaker once again going to get stunned up. This time Lucid will turn up and Chovy isn't quite there ready. And yeah, so mid-jungle, disaster. This, maybe not as much of a disaster as Lehans is dead. Tidal Wave does come through though. The bubble connects, and now Pays is going to be able to shoot aiming, but he does have a Feather Storm, and there is the Battle Dance as well. Great knock-up, and he pulls the feathers back. Pays
going to be the case here as we do see Pings down. I'm pretty sure they know that Lucid is here, but Pays!
Oh dear, Pays just going to face check him, and he didn't quite know that he was in that area. There's the flash forward, and they lock down the kill onto the Lucian, but Chovy already here. They've got a backup AD carry, and Lucid's running the wrong direction. And so that is going to mean that he is really dead. Chovy going to take a little while to secure it, as Lucid just wants to get himself into the death chamber as soon as possible.
Might be really hard to come back. TP invested.
Yeah, everyone TPing at exactly the same time. The coordination between King and Keen, absolutely fantastic. As Keen sets up the circle, Showmaker getting zoned out of the way by this Udyr as aiming and Kellen. Kellen actually exceptionally low at this point in the game, as Lucid was just trying to hide until this Drake was down low enough. Let's see what they can get done here as, oh my god, Chovy doing so much work, but Kellen will survive for the moment. Lucid locks down the Dragon. We've got a Cloud Soul, it's amazing. But now, you've got Kingen going all out. They lock down the kill under the jungler. Keen's in trouble. The Blade Call is huge. And D+ roll over the fight.
He knew, I have one job.
Oh god, he's still here. Oh. He just gets it! All right, Chovy does manage to almost get himself out of the way, but yeah, there's a Cassante there as well. He's really dead, and that is the Q. Well deserved by Lucid. We'll just have to see, because Lucid nowhere in sight is now Chovy getting himself out of the way, and the bear comes down a little bit late. They're still going to lose the turret here, I'm pretty sure, as Tib is not going to do too much. So both of the turrets go down, and the teleport was in vain.
Engage base for Gen G.
Yeah.
Like that's it. That's all you got.
I think it's a really smart option. I feel like so much of this game is just back to old D+, but it is them up against each other. Canyon versus Showmaker with how these fights are going to go. Can the Tibbers find the big stun? Can Showmaker lock down a priority target? As Tidal Wave is going to be utilized here.
Like they're not, they need to get the Cloud Drake. Start the Dragon! Showmaker is going to make his way back. This is exactly what we're talking about. The threat of this Tristana inside.
There's Pays actually getting himself out of the way there as the Glacial Prison does come on down. Chovy just jumps back over the wall. Well, let's see whether Pays can actually put it to use. As Kingen trying to be that front line. Gonna zoom all the way out as we do have that Cloud Drake up and available. Yeah, Chovy is just gonna shoot something.
Is it just gone?
I have a feeling they're not actually gonna go over and stop this. They're pinging towards the Baron though. I think they are very well aware that this Drake is gonna be taken, and they are gonna dive on top of this Baron. Control Ward goes down. And Canyon gonna make it a 50-50.
They have Cassante and Lee. They shouldn't flip this.
They should be able to actually get an all-out out. As this gets low, Kingen should be able to take some control here. As Kingen on a flank angle, but so is Showmaker. Getting ready. All right, D+, all out of the pit now.
Maybe that's just the end of the play.
It's not a huge deal.
I do appreciate Chovy's commitment to making sure that it's not aiming. Really, very impressive. Like, I'm genuinely shocked at how much they've improved over, say, like 2 or 3 weeks ago, where everyone looked disjointed. Their fighting has been good. Their macro, though, does not even remotely compare to Gen G, unfortunately. And that's Gen G's biggest strength, so we're not too shocked at it. But
waiting for that blue trinket to come on down here as the teleport. They're wasting absolutely no time for that one. Yep. So the Baron not going to be involved in this fight anymore, as in goes Kellen. He looks for the opportunity, but he immediately just explodes. Chovy a bit too fast on the trigger finger. That time around, though, he comes a bear to the face. And that means that he's unable to get rid of Showmaker, but already the Rakan is out of the fight, so Gen G just have the advantage. Well, Keen, he's going to do his best. He's going to be spotted, though, as that Sonic Wave does come in. Kingen utilizing the extra damage reduction, as he does manage to absorb a fair bit of damage from Pays there. As there's the kick. That one was cute. He's going to be all out and all over the wall as well, and Lucid will be taken down. But that is so much damage now missing. Now aiming, it is your turn to get the work done. The Q going to connect, and it's Kingen that's making it happen. Another Q lands onto Chovy. Oh, is this World's King, and is he back? Aiming's flashing on top of the Tristana. That's going to be it. And D+ have done it.
Gen G have not been under this much pressure since
game 1.
That's that standing gold.
Yeah, absolutely ludicrous.
Oh, guys.
This has happened before, as Tidal Wave is going to come on through. Kingen going to get stunned up momentarily, but still, I don't know about the pincer maneuver here for Gen G, though, with this particular composition, but they're still going to look for it as the Lee Sin taking so much damage. Q connects onto Canyon, but a bit of a disconnect here for D+. Featherstorm already down as Kellen battle dances his way out of the fight. Kingen trying to get those dashes through. Tibbers keeping them interested. There's a kickback on the Pays. Once again from Lucid, who will be taken out, but he takes the 80 carry with him. And now Kingen trying to be tanky, but it's just not going to work. And Keen, oh no, that walk strategy that we were talking about, it's going to be employed, and he's just going to walk all the way past the Annie and now try and use it against Aiming, whose auto attacks are pretty scary, but Canyon, he's scary as well, and there's no Featherstorm this time. Chovy's going to get the auto attacks across, and only Kellen survives. 7 elemental drakes on the day.
Oh, they're not going to let Chovy just take this one.
Yeah, Lucid is running across the Cloud Rift. And he is going to be able to get in there. Not able to steal this one away, but he gets into the back line. They manage to find Chovy, but he survives for that little bit too long. Pays is getting out of there, but that means he's not going to be able to defend the rest of his teammates. It should be, well, yeah, that's up in 13 seconds. We're back to it one more time.
That's good.
야 투타 찰각 나온대. 투타 볼래 얘들아? 야 투타 보자. 투타.
Oh my god, that was just so sick. Throughout this game, as Canyon is just going to get kicked back. A very aggressive positioning here from the jungler from Gen G, and maybe he forgot which team colors he was wearing, because of course last year it was the D+ ones.
They want to force a fight though, because they're up a member. The backs are getting cancelled here.
Yeah, and this is all to make sure that Chovy can keep pushing down this mid lane. And all of them are going to back away. Aiming, just going to sit here and clear out this next minion wave as well.
It's going to be an Elder Flip, isn't it?
Oh, 100%.
That's going to decide this game.
This is the way. They want to make this one happen, or just get a 6 smite as the Glacial Prison connects onto Aiming. They have to use the Mikhails already in this fight as Showmaker gets over the wall, but immediately he's punished. Taken down by Pays. Aiming still there. He's still so important, but the Buster Shot removes them from the area. The knock-up is massive. Pays gets himself out, and now Lucid, the smite is down. And the Elder Dragon should belong to Gen G once again. D+ unable to, unless Aiming is still alive, I guess, for this moment, but the Elder belongs to Gen G. He's on the wrong side of the rift, and they haven't been able to kill anyone in this team fight. And so the President, unfortunately, will be the last man standing. Kingen lands a big Q, but it is for naught, and Gen G will teleport to celebrate their victory.
It was close!
Until it really wasn't.
Closer than it has been! Gen G pushed to the very edge, but the win streak started in 2022 will continue. Gen G do it again, lock in round 2.
Yeah, that is going to be second place at least. And some sorries by Pays there as well, who's probably not going to get another POG in this series despite doing...
Thank you very much, guys. This is Jisun for the POG interview translation, and today we are here joined by Chovy and the Prince Pays for the interview. Pays, in the Lane Mate Spotlight episode, you were officially selected as the AD Carry Prince, and you promised to do the POG interview wearing a royal costume with the crown and robe and everything. So how do you feel, Your Highness? It's been a while since we actually played a 3-gamer. It was definitely exhausting, but I did have a lot of fun. Chovy, with this victory against D+ Kia, Gen G advanced directly to the playoffs round 2. How do you feel? It was a very, very hard series. But, you know, our ultimate goal is winning it all. So advancing to the second round directly is not a big advantage for us. Pays. Now Gen G is continuing a long winning streak up against D+ Kia, with this win making it to 12 consecutive wins. What do you think about this matchup between Gen G and DK? I think Gen G was on a winning streak up against DK before I even joined the LCK roster, but it definitely feels amazing to continue the momentum. And today it seemed like DK prepared any Lee Sin mid jungle duo today. As the series progressed, it felt like you guys are becoming more comfortable dealing with this combo. Yeah, I could tell that they practiced this mid jungle duo a lot. So it was a little bit tricky to deal with in the beginning, but we had to, you know, cope with the situation. And also, I feel like just DK was able to bring up a very smart composition, and we were also able to kind of find a way to counter that in the end. In Game 2, we had Jinx Dress appeared against Varus Kench. Were you confident in this particular lane matchup? I mean, just looking at the lane matchup itself, it was pretty obvious that we are going to have the agency and also priority, and it just went as it was supposed to go. And Pace, in that game, your Varus secured a quadra kill, so here's a replay of the team fight. You were doing insane amount of damage here. How did you kind of read out this team fight situation? Somehow, Kench kind of R'd me so early, so I was a little bit flustered. But still, we wanted to make sure to focus Lee Sin first and then secure the Elder. Ever since we got the Elder, we just pretty much win that team fight easily. You were so close to getting the Penta, but Keen was the one stealing that 1 kill away from you. Were you disappointed to find that out? I mean, the game was insanely close, so like pentakill was not even an issue for me. So I'll let that pass this time. And Chovy, we also have a replay of your play. It was very early in the game, but you were able to get a very early kill with the burst damage of Tristana's early game. It was a little bit of a risky play, but we were the one having the agency to call for a backup, so I kind of wanted to go for the risky play. Was that a communication coming from Lee Hans? Yeah, he was like, so I'm the only one who can roam mid, and I was also winning trade already, so I went for the ult flash in order to kind of push enemy mid laner to our side. Despite Genji's strong macro play in that game, Lucid's performance on Lee Sin was sharp as well. Were you concerned that the game could be in danger by chance? Well, back in the days, there were some time when you could build QSS to kind of mitigate the kick coming from Lee Sin, but that does not work anymore. So it was even harder because of that. He was finding really good angles with that kick. And there's only 2 matches left for Genji to accomplish the perfect round in the second round robin here in the LCK Spring. What is your mindset, Your Highness, for the remaining 2 matches? I hope we can continue this great form until the playoffs. Today, we were able to find out what our weaknesses were. We had a lot of them today, so I'm glad that we were able to kind of notice them this time, and I hope they can help us to come back with a stronger and cleaner performance. And Paige, before we go, anything you want to say to all the Genji fans? Yeah, I mean, it feels so awkward to play without the live audience and my fans. I hope you guys can come back to the Yellow Park as soon as possible next week. And, you know, I really miss the energy and support coming from the fans. I mean, the POG leader competition is also really, really close, but I will make sure to secure and solidify my spot by winning more POGs in the upcoming 2 matches. And this is the end of the interview from Chobi Pace, and back to the space. Thank you.